Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Down to Earth Gardening and Design. Welcome to our video today. Today I am sharing 5 weeding tools that I love. So I've had my gardening business for about 25 years now. I'm an avid gardener, tons of gardens at my house, and I help my daughters and friends out as well. But there's some tools here that I'm going to show you today that can really make your life easier. So I love weeding, but it can be hard on your back, on your knees, on your hands, on your wrists. So we really want to buy some tools, get some tools that are going to help us make our lives easier. So, and also I thought it would just be helpful for the budget, because if you're budgeting out your gardening tools in your gardens, it might help you just to see a few tools and how they're used, my favorites. And I also want to say that some of them are multi-use tools, which is really great to have in our gardening toolbox. So when you're weeding, what really helps with your back, knees, etc., is if you have a mix of hand tools and long handled tools. So that way you can mix it up and be kneeling, sitting, and standing. So when I'm out there weeding, which I have a lot of weeds right now, I'm going to talk about that in a second, I need to mix it up and it's a little easier on my body. So I was away from my gardens for almost 7 weeks. I don't know if you saw my video, my mango mishap, but I was pretty sick there. And when I came back to my gardens, it was like a jungle, so filled with weeds. And we didn't get to mulching this year. Mulch really helps with weed control. So I've got a lot of weeds here to show you how these tools work. So we've got some pretty big piles of weeds. We've been using a mix of all the tools here. So I'm going to go over to another patch here, and we're going to start with the long handled tools, and I'm going to show you 2 of those that I love first. Okay, number 1 on the list is my long handled 2-in-1 tool, and it is a hoe and a cultivator. So there's 2 tools here, long handle. Sometimes you can buy these and they are adjustable, but this here is also called a strap or stirrup hoe. So I love these when you have patches of little weeds here. So you can use either side, and it gets them by the roots, loosens the soil. So that's the cultivator here. So this tool here is also great when you're prepping for planting in the vegetable or flower bed. So, and then if you flip it over and you have lots of little weeds, you really are just going to kind of shuffle it around here. And it just kind of grabs them by the roots. So really good for those little tiny weeds. And then you just go right through. You can pick up your weeds, throw them in the bucket. All right, let's get number 2. Number 2 is our stand-up weed puller tool. So this one here is 4 claw. So some of them come with 3. I like the 4 claw because it grips the weeds and the roots a little bit better. And it has an ergonomic handle, and it has an ejector. So you can do your weeding while you're standing up. So it gives the back a break. So this one here is really great for crabgrass, which we currently have a lot of. So all you need to do is just find the middle of the crabgrass, and then you want to step on it, lift, and then shake it off because we want to save our dirt. Eject. Pretty great, right? So the other great thing I noticed about this tool is if you have a thick patch here, so I do have a lot of crabgrass here, You can also just go around because it has those claws, and you can just like loosen the dirt around all your weeds a little bit. And then when you get down there and you get out your hand tools, the soil will be nice and loose, and it will help it, it'll be a little easier to pull your weeds out. Okay, let's move on to the hand tools. So number 3 favorite is this Japanese sickle. So really great sharp blade for getting at the roots of the weeds. So this is a perfect little patch here. It just cuts right into the soil and rips these little weeds out by their roots. Because you want to make sure that you get them by their roots, right? Ooh, here's a bonus. Great sign for some healthy soil here. Number 4 is this Cultivator and hoe hand tool. So here is another 2-in-1 tool. So it has a nice hoe blade on one side and the cultivator tines on the other. Great weeding tool, but this is also a really wonderful multi-purpose tool. I use this a lot when I'm planting seeds. I just used it in the vegetable bed, planting some green bean seeds. So if you're prepping your beds or you just want to loosen the soil up, this is also a great little tool. So you can use both sides. So we have the fork. Or if you have some smaller weeds here, we took out a lot of these, but we have some roots here. So it just really slices right into the soil and quickly gets those small weeds out. Okay, number 5 is Hori knife. So also love this multi-purpose tool because it is a trowel, so great for digging. This one here has some measurements on it. So if you need to know planting depth when you're using this for planting, I use this in containers a lot as well, but it also has this serrated edge here. So it can be great for dividing and transplanting as well. But this here, I'm just going to show you on this crabgrass. It really gets down into the roots. So here we go here. We want to shake it off and save our nice soil. So it gets the weeds right by the roots, and it is also great if you have some dandelions in your garden or some weeds with some deep tap roots. So those are 5 great tools for you to help you with your weeding in the garden and keep your gardens in tip-top shape. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel because we have a lot more gardening videos coming your way.